Wonders, and welcome to this week's Money Conversation video. We are talking to Stacey from urbangypsies.com, where she runs a small business making lovely yarny things. Hi, Stacey.
Hi.
Thank you for being willing to sit here and talk to us and share kind of your inner things with money with the rest of the world. For those of you who don't know about Money Conversations, I have a little mini interview here that I am giving to all kinds of different people, and I'm just asking them to allow the answers to just come up from their subconscious. So what is the automatic thing you want to say? What is the thing that comes to mind? What rises up? It's not a pre-thought out or cognitive thing. We're just kind of exploring the relationship with money right now. So the first question is, if I say money, the first thing you say is?
Dollars? I don't know.
And that's okay. Any answer is right. And if I say money, you feel?
A little tension, not a lot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What I really want from money is?
Freedom.
That is the number one answer people give. I have this digital toolkit that's coming out that's all about like exploring what you really want from money. And I really want to know, because not everybody, but like a lot of people say freedom. What does freedom mean to you? What does it look like?
It means, I guess for me, it means freedom without worry of always having to make sure I'm supported.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
support would be what you really want, or maybe security.
Yes.
Interesting. Tell us about one significant money memory or story. Like when I talk to you about money, what story do you think of?
Interesting that the first thing that comes to mind, and this is kind of weird and feels random to me, but maybe it's not, is I think when I think of money, right off the bat, I remember my grandfather and my aunts and my uncles, when I was young, used to spend the evenings gambling around the kitchen table.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. and and it's one of those things where the kids, if you hung around, they would give you like $1 or two to go fetch them a beer, or if they felt that you were a lucky charm, they would give you money.
Right.
For me, it felt a little kind of weird, but for some reason, my brother loved it.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it felt weird, the gambling or the being a lucky charm?
The lucky charm part. Yeah, the gambling. And maybe it felt weird because it seemed like the personalities were so different. Of the grandfather who was sitting there, smoking a cigar, gambling with my uncles, was different than the grandfather who would sit and watch TV with us,
Right.
or do activities. It was, a grittier granddaddy that I saw. So
Interesting.
yeah.
So the money or the gambling changed him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does it change you?
I don't know. The
Interesting.
money. Oh, gambling does. I hate gambling. Nickel slots stress me out. So
That's interesting, yeah.
yeah, I would rather just give the money to the state of Mississippi or wherever I'm at. But as far as money in general goes, I guess I think that money would change me, because I feel that if the flow of money were different for me, that I would be different, but maybe not. So.
Really, I think we all think that, we all kind of have ideas about how we would be different people if the money was different. And that's part of why I wanted to have these conversations, because I don't think we often articulate that. We just take it for granted that money's going to change us. And it's so interesting to me because I think that that we see the evidence of that not happening, but we don't ever, it never clicks for us, right? We still think that that will change us, either make us worse or better. Like we all have different beliefs that are associated with that. Do you think that money would make you a better person or a worse person?
I would like to think better, but I think I have a fear that it would make me a worse person.
Yeah, that's really common.
Yeah, yeah, but I'd like to think that I would use it for good, not evil.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well,
And
that's
maybe that ties in too, because it seemed like, that smarmy, gritty, gambling memory of money. And, I'm talking about when I was like 4,
yeah,
so it was young. It seemed like, that just randomly changing hands of money over just the randomness of these cards. Yeah, there was something that didn't feel, genuine or heartfelt, or it just felt kind of,
yeah.
yeah, gritty and slimy and, you know, have a dollar pressed into your palm because for some reason you were lucky at that moment for this one relative. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. How much attention do you pay to your money?
I've been trying to pay more attention to it. I find lately too, and opening up my bank account, I find myself trying to brace myself and be in a positive frame of mind because I know that attaching worry to opening up my account, no matter where I am with my account, it feels like it resonates through a lot of things. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes you not want to look, right? Because you don't want to feel that way.
oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
why did you start changing how often you look?
I think because in the last few years there's been some struggle, and so it's to avoid that stress. Sometimes it's easier just to not look.
Yeah.
Even though I have to admit that looking, even if there's something that needs to be addressed, looking makes it better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can't address it if you don't look. And then I actually have to write this down, but I just had this whole little thing happen to myself where I looked in the bank. I hadn't looked in a while, and I checked our account more carefully, and I realized that a payment had been coming out that wasn't supposed that had been paid off, right? And I had to go back and be like, you have my money. It's like, oh, right, this is why I pay attention to what I'm doing. I remember now. Yeah, because I mean, you can't, it just gets worse and worse, right? If you
Right.
don't pay attention. So,
Yeah.
so what happened to make you start paying attention again? Because you said you've been
Um,
working on it.
just because I knew that it I didn't want to have I wanted to like dispel that fear by facing that monster or whatever
Yeah,
um of that fear of, hey, I might checking to see where we're at. And I think too, because I feel like uh since we have this move coming up and that we are in a place of transition, and that money's been tight, to be able to go in and look, I feel like I have to mind the pennies a little more
yeah,
than to let it be. I don't feel like we have as much room to let a lot of stuff slide. So,
yeah. That makes sense.
yeah.
And does it make you feel better now that do you feel like you have more control over what's going on now that you've started looking more, or does it still feel like a monster?
Uh, no, it doesn't feel as much of a monster because I guess I spend more time in the front end saying it's going to be okay. It's whatever it is, you're just addressing. It's just you're just going to look at it. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey, thank you so much for being willing to sit in the hot seat and let us look at your relationship with money with you and kind of explore this with you. It's so generous of you. And if those of you who are watching want to start participating in the money conversation, you can share this video, you can like it or subscribe, you can comment below, or you can raise your hand to be the next person in the hot seat and let all of us explore your relationship with money. Thank you so much for coming. You're lovely.
Hi,
And
thank
I
you.
want a slow tea hat like yours. That's all.
Oh,